did my last appointment for the goddamn dentist today, hopefully for the next little while. And I'm still numb, so talking is hard for me right now. It's actually kind of dangerous because I can't feel if I'm biting my lip or not, and I'm spitting everywhere. But yeah, they just filled 2 cavities. And fun fact, I've had these 2 cavities since 2021. And I thought for sure that if you had a cavity for a year's root canal, let alone 4 years. But hey, the more you know. I'm glad it wasn't that. But I've said it before, I'm just so done with this mouth pain shit, dude. I'm so done. I just want to get back to eating real food and just enjoying my shit. That's what I want. And I think I'm done now. So that's good. So there's that. Well, I believe I talked about how I went to the eye doctor yesterday. So that was cool. I could see some shit. Now, as far as everything else goes, still waiting on the news, still waiting on an email. I did get an email today that said that the deadline is past. It's now officially closed, so now we wait. So now, within the next few weeks, I'll get an email that says, hey, you're good. Your last day to report is this day, and I'll go from there. I'm very excited about that. And, you know, I haven't posted on social media in a couple weeks, which sucks to say out loud. It's embarrassing, you know. I haven't really done anything as far as building my own business in a few weeks. I even put the mastermind payment that I'm on. I put it back 10 days and then told them that I couldn't afford it, which I can, but I was hoping that they would allow me to pause it for a month, and wasn't able to do that, which sucked. So cut the payment in half, which is very nice of them to do. And so now it comes out later this month, and it's not for the full amount, which is really cool. And the reason why I was going to pause it was because I wanted to just take this month to just refocus and get all my shit together and get consistent with a lot of different things. So that way I'm not wasting time in the program, you know. So I'm officially 3 months of the way through the program as of 3 days ago. And that means I have 9 more months to go. There's no opting out or whatever. So definitely going to make the most of it. But, you know, being kind of off the rails like this, being off track, just doesn't feel good. And I don't like it at all. But I think we all have these setbacks and stuff. So just working my hardest to get through this shit. It's just so annoying, you know. I went through a series of mini losses and mini frustrations. We got the blade, we got the workup programs, we got the wisdom tooth, we got the dentist now. Just all these things add up, you know, and that paired with the fact that I'm probably going to be quitting my job in the next 2 weeks. That's literally 2 weeks from today. It would be my last day of work, I believe. Let's look at the calendar. Yeah, 2 weeks from today will be my last day of work. And yeah, so, I mean, it's been tough. I really beat myself up mentally with stuff, man, because I have such limited time, but in the same sense, I have the most amount of time that I'll ever have in my entire life. So I really struggle with that. I mean, I have the most amount of time I'll ever have in my entire life in the sense that I don't have kids, I don't have a family, I don't do shit with friends, don't do shit with family. I don't do anything like that. I just go to work, come home. That's it. But I think why I feel like that's not true is because once I'm able to quit my job, and I mean, I'm talking outside this resignation, but if I quit my job, then I have to get my own shit going to the point where I can sustain myself financially. And that point would give me all the time in the world to work on my stuff. So at that point, I feel like that's a true statement. I would never have more time than I would then. So just got to get to that point. So it seems like that's 2 weeks away. So I'll have March, April, May, June, July, August, and September paid for and accounted for as far as finances go. And that's cool. So I just have to make it happen, right? I've already talked about this, but yeah. So Guys, I'm sorry. I feel like the last week or so, I just haven't had anything to say. I mean, I haven't really been doing anything, so nothing to really talk about, I guess. So anyway, how I talked about the episode title yesterday, how good was just a shit title. It turns out there might have been some truth to that. Oh, let me go ahead and log in again. God damn, dude. So, looks like, so that good day, 481, got 10 streams. 482, which was yesterday, got 21. The one before, or 480, got 25. And it goes 13, 14, 24, 20, 22, 19, 14, 18, 18, 20, 15. Now, these are dinky-ass numbers, but it honestly feels like they doubled almost overnight, which is crazy. So, like I said yesterday, we hit 5,000 downloads. Pretty cool. And then we got 700 downloads in the last 30 days, which is 299 off from being able to run ads. Talked about that yesterday as well. What else, man? Still working on stuff with Mina, obviously. Making some tracker sheets. I got this. So I love spreadsheets. I love Excel. Working in Google Sheets right now. And I've got this automatic time tracker for shifts for all of his shadow coaches. All you have to do is just type in the hours that you're working, and then automatically calculates it, and then it'll tell you how many you have left per day to work for the week, and then it tells you how many days per week you were working, how many days per week you had off, the highest day that you worked, the lowest amount of time that you worked, and the average per day that you did work, and then it totals it up so that Mina can see all of his shadow coach's hours at a glance, no problem. And that's the goal. So I still need, let's see what it is. Still need quite a few hours. The hell is this shit? Still need quite a few hours this week. So I need 5 hours, 25 minutes. Because I'm trying to get 11 to make up for the 9 last week. So that means I need 5 hours, 25 minutes remaining for this week. So Friday, Saturday. So I'm going to have to do that. I have to get 3 hours tomorrow, 3 hours Saturday, which is not a problem. But the issue now is that I don't have any work to do. And we talked about it. It's a recorded call, I believe. How he doesn't want me just doing busy work. There's only so many things I can work on, and I agree. But, yeah, so I'm making this sheet. It's taking a little bit longer than expected, which I guess in a backhanded way, it's a good thing so that I have something to do. But I love stuff like this. You know, I'm just making a sheet. It's continuous. It just goes on forever. You just hide what you don't want and calculate all the hours. It's pretty cool stuff. I like it. I love this stuff. So that's what I was working on today. Got some hours in. I got about 3 hours total today. I was able to work some at work, which is good. But, yeah, there's that. So still working on Mina stuff. Still battling it mentally. The fact that I have this time that I'm just not dedicating to my own stuff. And now I do feel that this will change when I quit my job. Because right now I work 10 hours a week for Mina and 50 hours a week for my job. Now, if I doubled Mina's hours and then got rid of my full-time job, that'd be 20 hours to Mina minus 50. So I would have I'd have 40 additional hours per week to work on my own stuff. Now that's a full-time job right there. So that is kind of what's keeping me going right now. Because even if, let's just, worst case scenario, they reject me, I'm not able or eligible or whatever. I don't know why I wouldn't be, but let's just say they do. That just means, it means nothing. I still have a job, that pays well, still have a nice, safe, secure position, very relaxed, very chill, clean job. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just a time factor. Now, there's no reason why I can't make my shit happen, but definitely having 40 hours extra, almost 200 hours extra per month to work on my own stuff, that's fucking awesome. That is a game changer for sure. No doubt about that. So, yeah, dude. You know what? I have an idea. I was thinking, when was I thinking about this? I think it's a continuous thought. But I think back to my past and I think about all the various attempts on different things that I've tried. And I was trying to think of everything that I had tried. And nothing was a success. And I'm just, trying to find the common denominator of what's the common denominator between all these different things that I've tried and failed at. And what comes to mind is I just get in my own head, I get in my way, and I'm just not confident enough. And that's just what I keep coming to, because I actually paid, I think it was $1,800 to join a modeling agency, and I did not do anything with them. So I just wasted $1,800. I got my headshots done, got my body shots, all that stuff done. And they told me that I could go do these different gigs and make all this money. And I was like, holy shit, I could do all this stuff. I could get my mom through school. I could buy her a car, never did anything with it. I have gone to college 3 times, and I guess by definition dropped out all 3 times. Well, I guess not really. I went to Weber State, did a semester. Yeah, I thought it was whatever. Then I went to International Sports Science Association college. It was online. Did it for a semester, and I thought, dude, this fucking sucks. I'm not doing this. Gave it one final go at UVU, Utah Valley University, and I dropped out halfway through, and I was like, what the fuck am I doing? This is stupid. 3rd time's a charm, didn't do it again. I don't plan to. And again, just to be clear, not talking shit on college, but there's certain routes that you can take in life that you do not need anything to do with a college degree whatsoever in any way, shape, or form. And it seems like that's a hot topic for some reason. I'm not arguing with doctors or lawyers or medical people or professional. I'm not arguing that shit. Definitely go get a school, get a degree. But to be any kind of business owner or entrepreneur or any kind of, you don't need shit. The fuck's a business degree going to teach me about operating a 7-figure business where I'm bleeding through my eyes trying to stay awake to, I'm sure it could teach me a lot of different things. I'm sure it could. But I mean, there's a common theme here with all these successful guys out there. It just seemed like college wasn't cut out for them. They weren't cut out for college, I should say. But not the point. I've tried college, tried a modeling agency. This is my 4th attempt at the coaching thing with the mastermind, I should say. So 4th attempt, joined this same program that I'm in 4 years ago. Then I joined Vince DeMonte's. Then I joined Chad Monalou's. And then I joined this one. So 4th time. Then we've got different things like, so this goes all the way back to, I think, childhood, but I've actually never, ever asked a girl for her number in person ever. And I have talked about this before, but it's just, for one, I never really had a desire. And for 2, I just was not confident enough to do so. So when I think about all these different things, applying for the job, bailing out on a position, it's like, oh, there's the other thing. I joined a car dealership, was so excited to learn and make all this money. Then when it came time to actually doing the thing that I needed to do and facing my fears and all that stuff, I just pussied out. And then I switched from, then I quit that, and then I went into gym sales. So I worked at EOS Fitness, was a gym salesman, wasn't making as much money as I wanted to there, wasn't selling as many memberships as I wanted to there. I thought the whole sales process was stupid. I didn't like it. I thought it was, kind of pushy, kind of sleazy, all this stuff. Quit there to pursue online coaching, did that for a little bit, had a successful month, then I got lazy, then I quit that. And I guess I have a history of quitting when shit gets really uncomfortable or hard. And, I was thinking about that a lot. I was like, dude, am I just not, like, is this, I don't know, like shit, a lot of shit's on repeat for me here. This is not the first time that I've embarked on something with so much excitement only to realize it's much, much harder than I thought. And then I get stagnant and I don't push forward, and then I get lazy, and then I say, oh, I got to get my shit together. It's not the first time I've done this. Matter of fact, it's probably my 10th or 11th or 12th time doing this shit, So what's got to change, man, And then when I think about that, I'm like, dude, I've done this so many times. What lesson am I not learning here? And at the time of this recording right now, this very second, I don't know what lesson I'm not learning. Matter of fact, let's try something out. Let's get Chat Gabriel out here. What does Chat Gabriel think? So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and talk to him real quick. Hey, so it seems like they're... Hello? Oh. Let's mute this.
Hey, yeah, I'm here.
Oh, it's a woman.
Like they're what?
Hey, so it seems like in my past, I have a history of starting something with a lot of excitement, expecting to make all this money, and then when it comes time to doing shit that I don't really align with or agree with or I'm scared of or feel like I'm too smart for or something like that, I just back out and I quit and move on to the next thing. And I think it's comparable to Alex Hormozy's model of the Valley of Despair, where you have uninformed optimism, and then you have the next step, and you have the Valley of Despair, then you have informed pessimism, or whatever it is. I have a history of doing this with a modeling agency, various jobs, never talking to a girl, even as younger as, and I guess had nothing to lose as I was then. And then with these different coaching and mastermind shits and all this stuff. So what would you say the common theme would be with all of these, and what is the number one thing preventing me from seeing success in all these areas? Because this is my 10th or 11th or 12th time trying something like this, and it seems like I just don't have what it takes. What would you recommend, or what would you say the issue is? Explain in 50 words or less. Let's see.
The common theme is avoidance.
Avoidance.
Quitting when faced with discomfort, fear, or tasks you deem beneath you. The real issue is an ability.
Isn't that what I just said?
Emotional resilience. You need to commit past the valley of despair, embrace the grind, and reframe discomfort as growth. Success comes from sticking through resistance.
If you had to say what the problem is in one word, what would it be? Here we go.
Ego.
Oh, fuck, dude. That's exactly what it is. I'm looking at the book. It's called Ego is the Enemy right now. Ego. Dude, it is. Ego is the enemy, huh? Explain in 5 words or less why you think it's ego.
Avoiding discomfort protects self-image.
Wouldn't staying the same and being a fraud and not practicing what I preach hurt my self-image? So how could it be avoidance?
Your ego prioritizes short-term comfort over long-term integrity. In the moment, quitting feels like self-preservation, avoiding failure, rejection, or tasks you resent. The pain of staying the same is real, but the ego convinces you that moving forward is riskier. It's not about logic, it's about emotional avoidance.
Emotional avoidance of what specifically?
Failure, judgment, discomfort, loss of control, and feeling inferior.
Yep.
Quitting lets you avoid proving whether you're truly capable, protecting your self-image from potential evidence that you're not as smart, talented, or resilient as you want to believe.
Yep.
It's easier to say, I could have, but I chose not to.
God damn, dude, that's spot on, that last sentence. Let me see what it said. Quitting lets you avoid proving whether you're truly capable, protecting your self-image from potential evidence that you're not as smart, talented, or resilient as you want to believe. Quitting lets you avoid protecting self-image from potential evidence that you're not as smart, talented, or resilient as you want to believe. That's spot on, dude. Ego. All right, now, because I'm feeling magical, I'm going to grab the Ego is the Enemy book. I'm going to open up to a random page, and I'm going to read the first paragraph out loud, and we're going to see what it says. And if it applies to me, then cool podcast episode, I guess. But here we go. Ego is the enemy. Matter of fact, let's do this. Pick, I'm going to do this so you guys know I'm not bullshitting here. Please load. Hey, pick a number between 1 and, let's see, hold on one sec. Pick a number between 1 and 210.
Got it. My number is 147.
How many lines are in a typical page of a book?
A typical book page has 25 to 40 lines, depending on factors like font size, spacing, and trim size. Standard fiction or non-fiction books usually have around 30 to 35 lines per page.
All right. Too many words, bro. Okay, pick a number between 1 and 35.
35 lines.
Pick a number between 1 and 35 lines.
23.
Okay, so you guys heard it. So we got to go to page 147, line 23. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's just going to be like, I took a shit. 147, line 23. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. She cares about results and little else. Oh, well, that full line is objective for that, period. She cares about results and little else. German cares about results and little else. Is this book trying to tell me that Lexi doesn't give a fuck about anything else except results? Is that what's going on? Let's try this again, because I feel like this is gonna be cool if it hits home. Pick another. I gotta do a voice chat so you guys know I'm not horseshitting. I mean, I guess you wouldn't know either way, but whatever. Please load. Pick a number between 1 and 210, and then pick a number between 1 and 35.
128 and 17.
All right, 128 and 17. 128.
A team for what? Business, accountability, fitness.
Well, I didn't say anything, bro. The fuck was it? 128 and 17? Okay, 128. Let's go. 128 and 17. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So I'm going to read the full sentence. As one executive put it, DeLorean had the ability to recognize a good opportunity, but he didn't know how to make it happen. Wow. Another executive described his management style as chasing colored balloons. He was constantly distracted and abandoned. What the fuck? Guys, I'm not even bullshitting. 128. Okay. I'm just going to read this paragraph. What the fuck? As one executive put it, DeLorean had the ability to recognize a good opportunity, but he didn't know how to make it happen. Another executive described his management style as chasing colored balloons. He was constantly distracted and abandoning one project for another. He was a genius. Sadly, that's rarely enough. Though probably not on purpose, DeLorean created a culture in which ego ran free. Convinced that continued success was simply his by right, he seemed to bristle at concepts like discipline, organization, or strategic planning. Employees were not given enough direction and then at other times overwhelmed with trivial instructions at me. DeLorean couldn't delegate, except to lackeys whose blind loyalty was prized over competence or skill. On top of all this, he was often late or preoccupied. Executives were allowed to work on extracurricular activities on the company dime, encouraged specifically to chase side projects that benefited their boss at the expense of the company. As CEO, DeLorean often bent the truth to investors, fellow officers, and suppliers, and this habit was contagious throughout his company. So I'm actually going to go back a page. I'm going to see managing yourself. Let's see. DeLorean was convinced that the culture of order and discipline at GM had held brilliant creatives like himself down. When he set out to found his company, he deliberately did everything differently, flouting conventional wisdom and business practices. The result was not freewheeling creative sanctuary that DeLorean naively envisioned. It was instead an overbearingly political, dysfunctional, and even corrupt organization that collapsed under its own weight, eventually resorting to criminality and fraud and losses of some $250 million. The DeLorean failed both as a car and as a company because it was mismanaged from top to bottom, with an emphasis on the mismanagement at the top by the top. That is, DeLorean himself was the problem. Compared to Eisenhower, he worked constantly with very different results. Well, that's interesting. I talked about going from one thing to the next, and that's exactly what I turned to. Matter of fact, let's do it again, because I feel like this is kind of having a aha moment or an epiphany, whatever you want to call it. All right, hey, give me another, ignore everything I just said. Give me another page number between 1 and 210, and then give me a number between 1 and 35.
Page 189 and line 12.
Okay, 189 and 12. This is the final one. Watch, it's going to be like, Bryson, quit your shit. Okay, let's see, 189. Oh, 199 isn't even a full page, but it does have 12 lines. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow, this is actually the start of a paragraph. Of course not. Instead, he put in motion a series of events that would end in a $60 million drug deal and his subsequent arrest. That's right. After his company began to fail, failure almost exclusively tied to his unprofit. Yeah, it has nothing to do with me. All right. Well, that was pretty cool. We found a page that talked exclusively about skipping projects and going one to the next. So that's kind of spooky. That's the kind of shit I like. But yeah, ego, for sure. Ego for sure, dude. I think I'm better than I am. I think I have my shit together when I don't. I think I'm stronger than I am. I think I'm bigger than I am. I think I'm more attractive than I am. I think I'm more... one thing that I struggle with is intellect. I think I'm very smart. I think I'm very intelligent. But I'm not able to... I don't want that to be not the case. I don't want to... I don't know. Just ego. 100%. That's cool. AI is fucking cool, huh? Ego. Well, I can't wait to finish my book now and get to Ego is the Enemy. It's gonna be a good read considering this podcast episode. 483. The Ego is the Enemy. Epiphany. That's what we're calling it. All right. Well, that was an interesting show, huh? It's 9/14. It's February 13th, 2025, Thursday. It's so late because I don't have to work tomorrow. And also, with the dentist and all this shit, I'm just trying to get back to normal. It's just been tough. So, just doing everything a little bit later today. But if you are listening the day that this show comes out, happy birthday. What the fuck, bro? Happy Valentine's Day. Dude, I just said happy birthday. This is unbelievable. Happy Valentine's Day. And hope you all have a great day with your loved ones, whoever that might be. Maybe it's yourself. Anyway, thank you guys so much for the support. I appreciate all the listens. Seems like things have been doubling, which is nuts. And I'm so very grateful. If you haven't left a rating on this show, please go ahead and do that. It would help a ton. If you haven't checked out the Allegiant Excellence podcast, please go do that as well. Everything is free. And if you haven't left a rating on that one either, go ahead and do that. I've got a form in the description below. You can fill out some feedback, questions, concerns, comments, suggestions, all that shit. You can subscribe to a newsletter that I'm working on, and it won't be available for whoever knows when. Got so much shit on my plate as is. And yeah, I think that's it. So again, thank you guys for your support. And we will talk to you later. Peace.